Tampa Bay, Florida season predictions 2023 season featuring the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this series. First off, Todd Bowles as a head coach is not pretty good. I mean, all his records has kind of been down. So without Tom Brady, all his other, like at the Jets last year, 8-9 with Tom Brady, and now they paying his cap. It's like $35 million. So next year, they should have a lot of cap space with. Okay, but Baker is the bridge with Kyle Trask competition. Rashad White should take a step forward. The O-line is not too crazy. I think they drafted Cody Much. I'm high on him as a guard. They switched Tristan Wirfs to left tackle. They signed Matt Filer from the Chargers, who was a cap casualty. Ryan Jensen comes back healthy. He's a good dominant run blocker. No really good tight end. They still have Chris Godwin and Russell Gage and Mike Evans. So weapons on the outside, and they have a speedster, Trey Palmer. With that being said, I'm not too high on them. They drafted Plan C to go with Vita Vea. They signed Greg Gaines from the Rams. Shaq Barrett should come back. I think he tore his Achilles last year. I'm not sure. He was out for season. They have the two inside backers, and they re-signed Jamal Dean. With that being said, and they have Carlton Davis. With that being said, I'm not going to be too high on them. I think they kind of tanking for a quarterback because Baker is not the long term. So, like I said, it's going to be some growing pains. With that being said, let's get right into it. Week 1 at Vikings. At this time slot, Kirk Cousins is very good. So I do have them losing to the Vikings week 1. Week 2 versus the Bears, I do have them losing. I think the Bears are going to start off a little good, and then when they start, I mean, they could beat them because they can stop the run, but I do have them losing this one. Week 3 versus the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are probably the best team in the NFC other than the Cowboys, so I do have them losing that one. Week 4 at Saints. Division games are tough, but I do have them losing that one. And then a Week 5 bye. Coming out of the bye, I have them losing to the Lions. Week 7 versus the Falcons, they get their first W, a divisional game. And then Week 8 at Bills. Last year they had the first place finish, so now they have a first place schedule, and it's kind of tough. So they lose Week 8 at the Bills. Week 9 at Texans. I think they could beat the Texans because Todd Bowles might confuse, but right now I'm going to just give the Texans the win. And then Week 10 versus the Titans. I do have them losing that one. They just got DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, and Ryan Tannehill. As long as he don't turn off the ball and play good defense, they should be viable. Week 11 at 49ers. The 49ers are one of the top teams in the NFC as well. That's another loss. Week 12 at Colts. I think Anthony Richardson by the end he should be implemented. He should know the system a little bit better. A few games under his belt, and I think Shane Steichen gonna kind of do the same small things that he did with Jalen Hurts, run the ball, just simplify it early just to get them on the field and get them some looks. But the Bucks, y'all could possibly win this one. Week 13 versus the Panthers, I have y'all winning that one. Week 14, losing at the Falcons. The Falcons. And then Week 15, losing at the Packers, going from the heat in Florida to Lambeau Field. Is going to be cold. Week 16 versus the Jags. I'm very high on the Jags. Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson. I think they're going to be really viable this year. And then Week 17, I think y'all beat the Saints after looking at how they going to scheme things with Derek Carr early. Then Todd Bowles put some matchups together and stop all that. And then Week 18 at Panthers, I think Todd Bowles, he schemed up some things to beat the young quarterback that disguise him and make him kind of make some mistakes. With that being said, the Bucks do end with a top 5 pick, 4-13 record. It's going to get ugly after Tom Brady, but it can get back pretty. I just have to build it back up and get y'all a franchise quarterback because I don't think Kyle Trask or Baker is the answer. They have a lot of weapons around it. I mean, I'm not saying Baker can't manage a game or play good, but it's just I don't have a lot of faith in Baker. So, this is a quarterback driven league plus head coach league, and Todd Bowles, he doesn't really have a winning record. So with that being said, like and subscribe and more content on the way.